What's up everybody, it's Simon from Lake Hub, and today we're talking about campers and bikes and towing and hauling and long haul road trips. What in the world do you do with your bikes? That's my question, because my kids are now coming to the age where they like to take their bikes everywhere, and camping and kids and bikes, that goes together like peanut butter and jelly, you know what I mean? So I want that for them. We're going on a long haul road trip, Lake Hub Tour of the South, and I got a bed cover. I thought, you know what? If we can come up with a system and play Tetris in the back of the truck and put everybody's clothes into bins, we can fit everything in and it's nice and organized. I get the bed cover. I got a hot deal on Craigslist kind of deal. You know, it's gently loved, but it does the trick, right? It's a good deal. Fits perfectly, installed great, kept the water out just like I planned. But now, what in the world do we do with the bikes? Because we usually pile everything in there and do whatever we have to, right? And I'm thinking, you know what? I've seen people out on the highway with racks on the back of their campers. That's a brilliant idea. I'm going to put a rack on the back of my camper. I have one of those cargo racks, you know, goes into a regular 2-inch receiver tow hitch. Seems like a great idea. So what do? I don't have a tow hitch, and so what I did was I got a bolt-on hitch. Now, my first warning should have been that these are made for 4-inch bumpers, and I have a 2x3 bumper, and so I had to come up with this kind of lumber setup, you know, with 2x4s, 4x4s, and kind of a 2x3, and rig it up so that it would secure snugly to the bumper. Well, I did that, and dry fit, everything looked and felt okay. It kind of flexed the bumper just a little bit, you know, without any weight. And I thought, well, you know, I can run some straps up over the top of the camper and strap it down to the frame on the front, you know, towards the tongue, and that'll hold all the weight up, you know. It seemed like engineering wise, it seemed like that would work. And it did, you know, until it didn't. Till a handy trucker, until a friendly trucker on the interstate did the old rolled down his window and said, the bikes, and we pulled over right away. And we found out that one of the straps broke. Not the straps that went over the top, but one of the straps that I had kind of tied around the spare tire holder had broken. And the bumper was flexing. It was too much weight. And so the dry fit seemed okay, but out in the wild, out in reality, man, this thing was going like this. Add to that, once again, I've got a little camper here. Man, all that weight on the back end was fishtail city. Little bit of wind and we're woo, and we got the wobbles and we're coming out of it. Go up over a hill too fast, come down the hill too fast, starting to wobble. Got a whoop out of it, right? So not a great situation, did not feel safe. So after the first day, I mean, we just went empty cargo rack, threw the bikes on top and called it good. So far with a small camper, this is the way to go. I mean, it took the wind and rain. You know, we went through a couple storms. We're on about, I'd say we're over 1,000 miles on this trip so far. And we've seen some weather, okay? The bikes, they're getting rained on pretty good, you know, so it's not ideal. So first of all, I want to hear what y'all do, what your solutions are. Second of all, I want to tell you that on a short camper, I will never, ever put anything on the back of it ever again. It was way too unsafe, way unsafe. Now, if you've got a big camper, you've got a bunkhouse or something like that, or like, you know, 2 or 3 axle, you know, cab over, fifth wheel, all that kind of stuff. Those things have heavy duty bumpers, and those are what those extra hitches are made for. Those are not made for towing, okay? It's 2 U-bolts. It's definitely not what made for towing. It's only made for cargo. I've seen people with kayaks, you know, it's like carrying kayaks in some crazy configuration, you know, bikes and extra coolers and all kinds of crazy stuff that you don't want to take inside, I guess. This camper seemed like they're pretty big. Seems like you'd be able to take everything inside okay, but you know, muddy tires and whatnot, grease, I guess you don't want that knocking around, right? So if you've got a big camper, then that's a brilliant idea. It's brilliant. If you've got a little camper, don't do it, friends. But I really do. I really want to hear what you have to say about this and about what you're doing out on the open road, because I don't want to put a rack on top of my truck, and I don't want to mess with the bed cover. I don't want to put a rack on the roof because I've torn apart a roof of a pop-up camper and realized it's built with 1x2s. Yeah, that's right. You don't want to mount anything on top of this camper. Now, I'm okay with this one-piece skin. It's sturdy enough with the insulation and the framing and everything like that, but mounting, flat out. So there's my 2 cents on hauling bikes on pop-up campers. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. I'm Simon from Lake Hub, and we'll see you next time, hopefully with a better idea.